This is an RNZ podcast.
Kia ora, hello. Welcome along to the Music 101 interview podcast. I'm Charlotte Ryan. On this episode, we're throwing it back to an interview that I did last year with UB40 frontman Robin Campbell. Do you know that UB40 have been playing for 45 years? They've been writing music and playing together. The Birmingham band have released a new album. It's called UB45, get it? 45 years, UB40. And it features new songs, but also some familiar songs. The band have reworked some of their classic hits, including a revamped version of their song Food for Thought in honour of their beloved Birmingham City Football Club. With UB40 touring New Zealand this October, I was so excited to speak to Robin Campbell from the band, one of the original founding members, one of the brothers. Now, I don't know about you, but I was kind of confused about what happened with the UB40 brothers. Why is there two UB40 bands touring around the world? Which one's the real one? So I had to ask Robin Campbell about the relationship that he has with his brother Ali and the breakup of the band, and he certainly came to the party. He told me very bluntly the facts, as you'll hear. So without further ado, my chat with Robin Campbell from UB40 for RNZ National.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm a long-time UB40 fan, so I'm very excited about October. Congratulations, because Forever True has just gone into the top 10 of the UK this week, which is fantastic considering how long you guys have been playing. But it's also a beautiful connection because was it 45 years ago that Food for Thought, the song that it was based on, was number one in the UK?
I don't think it ever got to number one in the UK. It got to number one in New Zealand, I think. But I think it was number 4 in the UK. But it was our very first hit record. In fact, it was the first record we ever released. And it got to number 4 in the charts. And the song Forever True is based on the original backing track of Food for Thought and features the iconic sax line of Brian Travers on that first hit. It's a song that we've written for our football team, our local football team in Birmingham City. And they've always played that tune. Whenever they score a goal, the fans all sing that sax line. So that's by way of a tribute to them. We were asked to write a new song for them. So we used that sax line and the original backing track or the original rhythm of Food for Thought and wrote a new song with new lyrics and a new melody. And we played it for at the stadium for the fans last week. And then literally 3 days later, we'd released it as a single, and it was number 1 on the iTunes download chart. And then it just went number 6 in the national chart, in the national singles chart. So we're in shock, really.
Oh, that is so good. Well, it's such a fantastic song, and yeah, especially with that sax line.
They used to play the record, but they would all sing the sax line, and so we've given them a new melody and a new lyric, and now they're singing the words as well. So, and it's great. That's now our 51st hit single in the UK.
Oh my gosh. What is it about UK musicians and football teams? Because just last week I spoke to Mark Knopfler, from Dire Straits, and he sort of reworked one of his songs, Theme of Local Hero, for the Newcastle United fans.
Well, there you go. It's I guess it's local teams, The thing is, we've been fans of Birmingham City all our lives. We're all born in the area, and grew up around the stadium. We kind of lost interest because we were on the road for so many years, but we've started going back to the stadium and getting back into football and going to watch our local team again. And we were just knocked out by the fact that the fans would sing that sax line every time there was a goal scored. And then we got talking to the management at the club, and they said, "Would you write us a new tune?" Which we were honoured to be asked, but I really wanted to include that sax line because it's become so iconic and so instantly recognisable to the blues fans. we based it on that, but gave them a new tune, and they loved it. We played it live for them at the stadium last week, and they went crazy. So it
So,
was
so
wonderful.
cool. Tell me about your new album. It's UB45, isn't it? Celebrating
Yeah,
45 years of UB40.
we've re-recorded some of the old songs, the classics from the 80s that the fans come to hear when we play live. And we have a new lead vocalist for the last couple of years. Matt Doyle has been our lead singer, and he's been the fans have been telling us that he sounds so good singing those old songs that we just wanted to record them and show people who may not have been to see us live how good Matt really is at singing those old songs, you know. So by way of celebration, we made the album half re-recordings of some of the classics that we always play live anyway, but also the other half of the album is brand new tunes. And yeah, Home is one of those. And again, a song that Matt Doyle wrote. He wrote the lyrics to that. So he's bringing a lot to the table. You know, he's a very talented young man, and he's kind of reinvigorated us. So we're very excited to be taking this album out on the road.
I bet. Yeah, it must be different, but it also sounds like it's working really well. But it is sad Brian Travers is no longer with the band because he was a key songwriter for UB40, wasn't he?
He was probably our most prolific songwriter. Yeah. And the other two songwriters were basically myself and Jimmy, our drummer. So yeah, the two of us are still there. Obviously, we've lost Brian, but we now have Matt Doyle, who's writing songs, and he brought two to the album. Yeah, we're still going strong, and of course the other members as well, Norman and Earl, and the other two founder members who are still with the band. They both bring lyrics as well. So yeah, we're doing all right.
Yeah. And can I ask, and feel free, not to, but are you and Ali in talking terms? I mean, does he know about this new album? Is there is there friendship there?
In a word, no.
Okay.
He left 16 years ago and hasn't spoken to me or any member of the band since he left, or many members of his family. I mean, he's got two other brothers, and he hasn't spoken to either of them either. So the media has kind of pushed this as a feud between myself and Ali, and it certainly was never a feud between us. We didn't fall out. He left the band to go solo and has never spoken to any of us since he left, or his other brothers either, and many members of his family. So he kind of just, went for a new life and moved out of Birmingham, went and moved somewhere down south in England, and with a new wife and a new family. And he doesn't talk to the old family or his old friends or any of his brothers. And it's certainly, it wasn't down to me. It was his decision to leave, and it was his decision alone. And he hasn't spoken to me since, or any of us.
Well, I admire you for continuing on and still playing and touring as UB40, because that's the other thing I wanted to ask you about. UB40, the band, has toured so much, and we love it. You obviously have a special place in our hearts here in New Zealand. But I wondered what makes you tour so much. Did your father tour lots? Because he was a musician too.
He did tour, not anything like to the extent that we have, and not to so many countries, but he did used to tour. He had countries that he went to, but he wasn't a big international tour. He used to tour around the country, but it was never an odd thing for us. We didn't see a lot of our dad because he was always on the road somewhere. So it seemed like a natural, normal thing for us to do, was to go on the road. It never seemed like a strange. Most people, when they form a band, their parents go, "Why don't you get a proper job?" Whereas our parents were totally supportive of us forming a band because my father was a professional musician, so it wasn't a strange idea. But it's what we do. That's why we're still doing it, because it's what we love doing. You lose a member or you lose a couple of members. It doesn't mean it's the end. It just means you get some others in. You get new members, and you carry on. It's what we've always done. It's what we always intend to do, we didn't just lose Ali. We lost Astro left as well 5 years later, and and obviously we lost Brian, who passed away. We've never considered stopping. We just, in whatever guise, we will always continue. That's the way we think. There's still four of the original five founding members of the band, and we're gathering new members all the time. We've got my son is now on the road with us. He sings live and on record.
Awesome to be touring with him.
Yeah, well, he's been touring with us for a few years now, and Matt Doyle, who's our new lead singer, been with us for a couple of years, and he is Norman, another founder member and percussionist and vocalist, Norman Hassan. He's Matt Doyle's uncle. So like we've kept it in the family, and we like doing that. We've also got other new members as well. We got another English Birmingham rapper, Gilly G, who basically replaced Astro, and we have a keyboard player, very talented young man from Jamaica called Jared Gordon, who joined us last year, and he's another one that's injected a whole new energy into the band, and a very talented lad. So we're firing on all cylinders and having a ball. As long as we are, then why stop? Why not carry on?
I agree. Yeah, when I saw one of your publicity photos, it looks like there's about 9 in the band. It must be quite a show to see or experience.
Well, we've still got the same horn guys. 2 of our 3 horn players, they've been with us for 30 years. So they've been around a long time. They feel like permanent members now,
One song that I keep coming back to, one UB40 song, and it was funny, I was driving to work early one morning and I pulled up at the lights and stopped by this construction place, and booming out on this beautiful morning was Don't Break My Heart. Ever since then, it's just been such a favourite. I think it was just one of those magic moments because all the, construction workers were singing along. And ever since then, I've loved this, just heard the song in a new way. Can you tell me anything about it?
About Don't Break My Heart?
Yeah.
I can hardly remember it.
It's a classic.
That was a song that Ali actually started doing as a solo project. As a collaboration with a Pakistani friend of his who actually wrote the song, who brought him the song, and he was going to record it, and then he got shy, and Ali then recorded the vocal instead, and then he brought it to us as a kind of demo. So we took over, and it became a UB40 track. That was quite an unusual one, because, as I say, it started as somebody else's song.
Oh, I'm glad I asked. So would you play that in your set then or no?
We have done. We don't at the moment, but we have resurrected it occasionally because it's another favourite. But it's so difficult when you've had, as many hits as we've had. It's so difficult to choose what ones you're going to do. And it doesn't matter how many you do and how many hits you play. Someone always comes after the gig and says, "You didn't play my favourite."
Oh, no. What do you say to them then?
Well, if you came, Charlotte, you'd be going, "You didn't play Break My Heart, did you?"
No, but I was going to ask, could you play it at the Auckland show? Just tricks. What do you love playing? Is there I mean, you must love this new stuff, I guess, with the new energy of the band.
Absolutely. That's always been the case with me. I mean, I love playing old stuff. I love playing hits because that's what the audience come for. The songs they fell in love with, the songs, that made them love you in the first place, the songs they always play at home. And of course, I love playing those songs. But what gets me up in the morning is making new music. And what gets me out on the road all the time is the opportunity to play our new music to the fans. Yeah, that's what I love doing is getting the kind of stamp of approval from the fans for our new music. And yeah, that's what keeps us going, I guess.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to see you here in October in Christchurch in Auckland. And you're bringing Eagle-Eyed Cherry. I hadn't thought of his music in years.
To be honest, neither had I. He was suggested to us, and we just thought, wow, haven't heard him for a while. And apparently he has a very loyal Australian following and quite a decent New Zealand following. So we just thought, yeah, sounds like a nice idea. So we're doing a tour with him.
Robin Campbell, thank you so much for your time. It's been a real treat to talk to you.
Thank you, Charlotte. It's been a pleasure.
And safe travels. We'll see you here in October.
See you soon. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. I was chatting with Robin Campbell from UB40, one of the original members, and yes, he and the band will be coming here to New Zealand in October, celebrating 45 years. Go and listen to Don't Break My Heart, that song that I'm still so addicted to. And then while you're there, definitely listen to UB45, the brand new UB40 album, and no doubt there'll be playing tracks from it at their New Zealand shows in October. Until next time, take care. Make sure you tune into Music 101 every Saturday afternoon on RNZ National. But in the meantime, make sure you follow our Music 101 interview podcast. And until next time, take care.